Moving to Thailand sounds like a dream. A beautiful lifestyle, inexpensive life, beautiful weather, so a lot of people come here chasing that. But what they find here is loneliness, visa problems, work problems, and feeling strangers all alone. So why some people live in panic while others, just like me, are staying here for years? Let's find out whether it's worth moving to Thailand long term. Hi everyone, it's Artem and I've been living in Thailand for more than 3 years already. In this video, I will tell you how it's like to be in Thailand as a foreigner, how much money do you need to live comfortably here, is it really hot outside, and whether there are hidden risks for foreigners who are moving to Thailand. Let's dig in. How will locals treat you as a foreigner? So first of all, Thailand is known as the land of smiles. And this is very, very true. Locals are always smiling, very welcoming, and it doesn't matter whether you came 1 day ago as a tourist or you came here to live 10 years ago. They're always very friendly, welcoming, and you will feel safe in Thailand. Thailand is very safe. I've never had any bad experience throughout those years, neither did my wife. So sometimes we don't close our house, sometimes we don't lock our car, and we never lost anything in Thailand and have never experienced anything bad. So despite being safe and feeling safe in Thailand, most likely you will not feel as part of the local community. So in Thailand, unlike Singapore, for example, or Malaysia, foreigners and locals are two separate worlds. And fun fact, there is a special word to describe foreigners. It's not insulting in any way. So locals call foreigners farangs. This word is mostly applicable to Caucasian people. So farang in Thai means guava. So my dear guavas, don't be insulted when you hear this word. It has no bad implication. Do you need Thai speaking abilities? Well, to be very honest with you, I've never learned Thai. However, I should have done that, but I feel pretty okay with English. So locals, it depends on the area, but in general, locals speak English with a very distinct accent you have to get used to. But English is the way to go, and I think having your English speaking abilities is perfectly fine for living in Thailand, even long term. So you don't need to struggle with the local language. However, if you know one, you become much more local, and local treat you with even more respect, because it's not a thing that locals experience often when farangs or guavas speak the local language. So you may not become a very local or being treated from local people as a local person, but still there are a lot of foreigners living long-term in Thailand. For example, on Phuket, Thailand, there are more than 30,000 Europeans, Australians, people from the US who live here permanently, long-term. So it's quite easy to get acquainted with people from different countries, or people from your own country. So Facebook group, WhatsApp group, Americans in Bangkok, Australians in Samui, or Russians in Phuket. So you can find people to chat, to be friends with, to hang out with, right? Going to restaurants, playing tennis, playing golf from your home country or from any country around the globe. Guys, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to learn more about being a foreigner in Thailand. And it's an easy task that makes a lot of difference for our channel. Thank you. So next point is about the weather. Whether it's too hot or too humid or not. The weather really depends on where you are based in Thailand. I live on Phuket Island. This is a tropical paradise. Usually it's plus 31, 32 degrees. Usually it's like that 365 days a year. So it's not getting crazy hot. It's humid, yes, but you can easily survive that. A lot of greenery, a lot of nice places to chill, iced coffee, nice cafes, beaches and the sea, of course. So it's pretty comfortable here. And for me, coming from a colder country, I thought it would be a hassle, but it's definitely not. I feel myself at home. I feel very, very comfortable. So Phuket is always 31, 32 degrees. Bangkok might get a bit hot and humid, especially during April time. So it could be up to 40 degrees, and surviving 40 in the big city with a lot of concrete around is a tough challenge. But for April, you can easily go to one of the islands and enjoy life there. If you go to the north of the country, you can experience almost freezing temperatures of 15, maybe 20 degrees centigrade. So you can find a place with the weather that is very, very comfortable specifically for you. I like Phuket and I like the weather here. So can you adapt to this climate? Well, thinking of my journey here, you definitely can. Don't forget to use the sunscreen. That's very important. Even if you are not experiencing direct sunlight, it's important to use sun cream. And second, you need to hydrate properly. Don't hesitate to drink a lot of water. I think those two points are crucial in adapting to the local climate. As for the clothes, so you can easily say that someone is just fresh to Thailand because they like to wear shorts and short sleeves, whether locals and people who already have been here for a couple of months or years prefer long sleeves and natural materials. This can help protect you from the sunburn and from the sun in general. So long sleeves, sunscreen, and a lot of water should do the work. In case you are not feeling that comfortable with a certain weather conditions in a certain region, you can easily move to a different one, right? And spending few months in Phuket, few months in Bangkok, a few months in the mountains in the north might be a great strategy for someone who is not connected to a specific place. You can easily move around the country, as I have already mentioned earlier. Are there any unbearable periods in terms of weather? I would say not really. Again, as mentioned, Bangkok in April might be tough, but if you're okay with the heat, should be fine. Or maybe you work a lot and you don't leave your home or your office, also should be fine. So air conditioners are everywhere. As for the wet season, so when I just moved to Thailand, I was afraid of the wet season concept. But actually it appeared to be a joke, really. So wet season is just the same. We have beautiful weather. We do have some showers, but usually it's 15-20 minutes of heavy showers and that's it. Sunshine again. And probably once or twice a year you get 1 or 2 weeks of heavy showers and like gray sky, but nothing really crazy. So it's not raining for like 6 months straight. So it's more like a concept for tourists, but for local people, I think wet season is just perfectly fine. Next up, your legal status. I know that all these legal questions, visas and stuff, this is a pain in the you-know-what and the hassle, but you need to sort that out one time and feel safe for the rest of your life in Thailand. So really pay attention to your legal status here. Don't try to overstay your visa or don't try to fraud the documents, because Thailand is very welcoming, but when it comes to bureaucratic stuff and when it comes to being compliant with the state and with the government rules, they are very, very strict. If your paperwork is not in order, you might be deported from Thailand, or you might get quite a big fine. You may be banned from returning to Thailand. So it's easier to get everything in order, to get everything in place, get your visa sorted out, and stay here long term without any hassle after that. What do you need to take care of? So first and foremost is the visa situation. In Thailand, there is a big list, a big menu of available visas for foreigners for short-term visit, for mid-term visit, or for long-term residency. So you have a big menu to choose from, and you can definitely find something very much suited to your specific situation. We will not dig into details about the visas today. I will post a separate video on this channel, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel not to miss this one. So after visas, you need definitely to take care of your insurance. Insurance is not very expensive. It's about $700-800 annually for one person, but the healthcare system is really advanced. To my surprise, Thailand appeared to be on top 5 globally in terms of the level of healthcare. So here, the healthcare is world class. You just need not to forget about buying the insurance. So it's about visas, it's about insurance, and I think it's about banking solution. But if you acquire a long-term visa and you live here, you're a resident of Thailand, you can easily open a bank account. And banking here is also quite advanced with good applications, with good products, working everywhere in the world, like cards, mortgages, loans, etc., etc. So pay attention to those 3 blocks and you will be golden. Next up, your favorite cost of living. So of course, you can choose something of a royal level of living, right? Or you can go very low cost. But in general, as a rule of thumb, I would say that $1,500 a month for one person should be perfectly fine to maintain a very decent level of life, with rent included, with transportation included, with some restaurants, bars, and probably some activities, but not including the extensive travel around the country or around the region. But still, $1,500 to maybe $2,000 as a rule of thumb should be perfectly fine for one person here. If you come as a family with, let's say, 2 kids, $4,000 a month will be perfectly fine to have a really good lifestyle here, with rental of a separate house, right? Like 3-bedroom house, 3 bathrooms, having a transportation, having all things sorted in terms of housekeeping, like cleaning or maybe even cooking. I think this is the level you can aim for as a family. But again, you can go way higher in terms of your expenses. You can always cut those numbers in half if you really are ready to go like a low cost. Next question is about local currency and local money. You can come with your local currency like US dollars, euros, Australian dollars, whatever it is. You can easily exchange that in a bank or like currency exchange booth. You can withdraw money from the ATM machine, pay with your local card. Majority of places, especially in big cities like in Bangkok, you can pay by card anywhere. In places like Phuket or Samui, you can pay by card in a lot of places, but this is more like upscale restaurants, cafes and bars. If you go to a very local place, you still need either cash or a local bank. And with a local bank, you can pay anywhere you want. One more pro tip is that, of course, you have to get away from very touristic places. So for example, if you're exchanging your money on the beach, the exchange rate might be not that favorable. So try to go either to the bank or, for example, in a big shopping mall, right, where there are a lot of locals and still there are some exchange booths. There you will get not a much better, but still a better deal for your buck. Next big topic is your everyday life in Thailand. How does it compare to a Western world? So actually, to be honest, again, I think I've been honest throughout the whole video, I don't feel that I'm in some kind of the Asian country in a sense. There is some specifics, of course, and it looks a little bit different, but in general, you have everything that you have in New York, Los Angeles, Sydney, Berlin, and etc., except probably the pavements in certain areas of the country. But in general, you have all the shops you can imagine. Shopping in Bangkok is amazing. You have all types of restaurants. You want a French one? Here you go. You want an Italian? Yes. American? Yes. German, Australian coffee shop, you name it. Thailand has it all. In terms of the infrastructure, I think it's pretty damn awesome. You have, as mentioned, very good healthcare. So a lot of really modern hospitals. There are a lot of international schools with different curriculums, US, UK, Australia, France, etc., etc. And the campuses are just beautiful. So only in Phuket, not a tiny island, but still an island, like a touristic destination, there are more than 10 big international schools with international crowd in terms of both students and people who work there. So you can find a teacher from UK, US, Canada, Australia, etc., etc. So infrastructure-wise, it's pretty good. Same applies to international flights and domestic flights. So it's not that developed in terms of the railroads or the public transport, except in Bangkok. But when it comes to flying somewhere, it's just super easy. Phuket to Bangkok, more than 60 flights every day. So it's like a local bus. From Bangkok, you can go to whatever, any part of the world actually. And it's very well connected throughout the region. So go into Malaysia or Singapore or Hong Kong, or go into Europe directly, or through Dubai, Doha, Abu Dhabi. That's very easily manageable. So you can easily go to your home country or invite your friends from your home country to visit you in Thailand. When it comes to renting an apartment or renting a house, that might be tricky. Of course, you can use the big platforms like Airbnb, for example, to find the perfect spot. But the ideal way is to talk with some of the locals and find a good real estate agent to help you with their rentals, because not every local property goes to Airbnb or something like that. And I think the most popular platform for finding an accommodation is Facebook. And on Facebook Marketplace, you can search and find any house you like for any amount of money. Just don't hesitate to explore in Facebook or try to find a trusted local agent who will help you find the perfect place. And before renting, just make sure where do you want to live, because if you come, for example, to Phuket and you stay here long term, probably being closer to the school, so your kids and yourself are not wasting hours every day of going to school and back, this proximity to the school might be much more important than proximity to the beach per se. So make sure you understand what's your main objective with the real estate and your accommodation is, and don't go for, let's say, patterns, like everyone who is coming to Phuket prefers to live on the beach or close to the beach. If you're coming long term, probably you will prefer to live a little bit inland, which is much more budget efficient, much more efficient in terms of your lifestyle with shopping malls, restaurants, going to school, etc., etc. So be very specific what you are looking for. When you rent something out long term in Thailand, your monthly payment is usually almost all-inclusive. The only thing that will be added to that is usually electricity, is usually water. Electricity should be from $1 to a few $100 a month. Water, which is close to zero, really. High-speed internet, which is usually between $15–25 a month. And internet here is just freaking fast. So I think Thailand, again, on average, is in top 5 globally in terms of the internet speeds. And I haven't seen anything lower than 300 megabits per second, which is pretty awesome. And I think 5 times faster than in your home country. By now, the picture of living in Thailand might be ideal, but is there anything that annoys me? Well, yes, of course, it's not a fairy tale, just a couple of things that, bureaucratic things, or going to a bank, or doing some paperwork, usually takes time. And at first it drove me crazy, but now I just go with the flow and it's perfectly fine. Second one is probably not the traffic itself, but rather how motorbikes try to ride here. I can't say it's a nightmare because I'm just used to it already, but at first it was a little bit overwhelming. But in general, that's a nice life here, so I really enjoy it. Guys, as you can see, life in Thailand is not that bad. It's pretty awesome, to be frank. But if I may, I would recommend you to come for a week or two to explore and to understand whether it's your cup of tea before moving to Thailand long term. And if you want to learn more tips on living in Thailand as a foreigner, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.